How we doing, everybody?
Go. Hey, Brian. Doing well. First question for Brian will come from Greg Barnes.
Hey, Brian. Just asked Jeremiah this. I'll repeat it to you. But Mac told us the other day about how the coaching staff's expectations and how they're coaching the team really hasn't changed since they arrived, but that the players have a better understanding of what's expected of them with regard to, taking practices when you're in shorts seriously and those types of things. You've been here the whole time. How have you seen that change in terms of how players are embracing what the coaching staff wants?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the coaching hasn't changed at all. They've always been very consistent with what they preach. But I mean, this is my 5th year here now, and now more than ever, especially now that it's the second day of spring ball and just all the workouts leading up to this, I've seen more and more just player-led stuff going on. More and more players taking ownership of their position groups and things that they can control. And so just the older guys now, because last year and the year before we were still fairly young, and now like my class is all the old heads, so we're kind of taking ownership now and trying to take things in our own hands and correct little things so the coaches don't have to worry about that, and they can more so worry about the important things. So I'd say that's been the biggest difference, is just the fact that you see a lot of the player-led leadership, and I think that's going to be really good for us.
Thank you.
All right, take a stab here. Sophia Zakalski.
Chikalski, close enough.
Close. All right. Yes. Go ahead.
Hey, Brian, heading into your 5th year here, you have seen Carolina's program grow exponentially in national recognition and media coverage, especially after playing in the Orange Bowl. Heading into this spring practice and the rest of this offseason, how are you building off that momentum personally, getting ready for the next season?
I think personally, I'm just trying to focus on any little corrections I can make, anything I can do to help make our unit better and more cohesive. And I think that that's something that we've really grown from. But I think as far as taking that momentum, last year was the first time in a long time Carolina's ever been in top 5 national rankings. It's been the first time in a long time we've been in the Orange Bowl. And so now with that, we can take that and use it to our advantage and take that momentum, because now that we're comfortable with that, we're used to being that, so it's not a shock to us and not a surprise. So I think we're in a position now where we can see ourselves as top dogs in the ACC and in the country, and take that feeling of being comfortable up high and not have it be a surprise to us. So I think as long as we're comfortable with being good, and trying to be good, take being good from being great, and be comfortable with that and be confident. And so I think it's the biggest change in momentum.
Next up is CL Brown.
Hi, Brian. I was hoping you could give me a sense of what it's been like just operating under the COVID protocols. Like, do you ever get used to having, your nose swabbed and that kind of stuff?
CL, yeah, it's a good question. I mean, it's definitely been weird, and I mean, we're a year out now and we're still holding interviews over Zoom. So, I mean, I obviously wish I could see all y'all in person, but yeah, I mean, we've been used to it. And I mean, at this point, whatever it is, 2-3 times a week, we get tested. We're used to it at this point. And, it's just been one of those things we've had to adapt and overcome with. And I think the whole country did a good job, like football wise, adjusting to that, because we were able to have a full season last year. And I consider ourselves very fortunate and blessed to be able to do that, because through all the madness, me personally, that's what kind of held me together and kept me level-headed, is just having the opportunity to, go out and still play football. So I think we're used to it at this point. And I mean, I am happy to see things are looking up on the upside. So hopefully this fall, I'm looking forward to playing in front of a full crowd.
Andrew Jones, go ahead.
Hey, Brian, on Tuesday, Mac was talking about the goals of this spring, and one of the things for the offense was to reduce the number of sacks from last year. What is it that you guys can do, like maybe 1 or 2 things that can help improve that? And also, how important are Garrett with the tight end block of pass protection and the running back of pass protection, that you guys, it's not just the line, but it's all of you guys kind of working together?
Yeah. So I'm going to speak to myself individually on this first, and then move on to the unit and to the tight ends and running backs. So personally, I think what I can do better is obviously just continue to try to get better at communicating and making sure everyone's on the same page. I mean, we had way too many sacks last year, and that's just something that just in the last couple of weeks I've been going through watching probably 1 or 2 games a day, just trying to get back and see what we could have done better and where we can improve for the next years. And me personally, I think that we could have done a better job in some situations being more clear when we're going tempo. And I mean, as a unit, I think just moving forward, like every day in practice, it's just we're taking the drills and the blitz pickup drills with so much intensity. And I think we're definitely getting a lot better on the O-line, and I'll look to limit those sacks next year. Garrett as a tight end, he's my roommate. That's my dog. And, he'll come up to me sometimes and say, hey, you're a big dude, but come give me some edge rushes. And so he'll try to work on his one-on-one blocks and things like that. So that's been fun to work with him on, because, I mean, he's just as vital. A lot of the play action passes that we'll run, Garrett's actually very involved in the blitz pickups and stuff like that. So that's huge. I'm really excited this year for the running backs. Sure, we lost Mike and Javante, and, I hate that, but I think we're really going to surprise some people. Just in these last 2 days, we haven't even had pads on yet, but just the speed that they bring and the confidence they show in picking up blitzes. So I think, you got British, you got DJ, you got Ty Chandler, Caleb Hood, and, a bunch of other guys back there. We have a lot of depth, and whenever we do our blitz pickup drills, they've shown a lot of confidence and a lot of speed getting to picking up blitzes, and thankfully haven't showed any bad tendencies. They've been great in picking it up. So I think they're going to surprise a lot of people at the running back group.
Cool. Good stuff. Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, last one for Brian from Ross Martin.
Hey, Big Turkey. I was just wondering about the depth of the offensive line. I feel like since we've been here, it's always been about getting to 8, 9, 10 offensive linemen. I'm not sure y'all were there last year. I was wondering, how's the backups, how the guys that are going to be backup tackles, backup guards developing? If you could give us some names, that'd be helpful. And guys that maybe we don't know yet that are going to play and are going to play this year.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm excited as a fifth-year guy on the O-line to say that we finally do have some great depth. And, me as a guy, my 3rd year in the saddle, to being at the center position, I was young and I've grown. And this is really our 3rd year, all 5 of us starting, playing together. And that's just huge because our cohesiveness is just so much better. We are just on the same page as everything, can really fit things together. With that being said, Easy's out for the spring, as y'all know. And so that's actually allowed some younger guys. You got Malik McGowan, you got Kieran Johnson coming in at guard, Adorno, a few other guys, but I mean, just we're able to rotate some guys around us, giving a lot of guys opportunity. I think Malik and Adorno and Kieran in particular, when they come in and roll at guard, has been huge. William Barnes has really been stepping up too. He's been a little bit more of a vocal leader in some aspects, and he's just showing a lot of effort this spring. So he might be another guy that's going to come in and make an impact this fall.
Great, Brian. Thanks for your time.
Yep. Thanks, Mark. Y'all have a good one.
Too.